Hello everyone, I am Tacit and welcome to the Gems of War Campaign 7, Week 7, Day 6. So today, nothing too much new going on. However, there's one pretty noteworthy thing that if you haven't taken yet, definitely make sure to do so. It is the pet rescue. We have the shelf on an elf, and this is the 2020 Christmas pet or holiday pet, whatever you want to call it. Actually, I'm not even sure what the game calls it. What does the game call it? It calls it the, if I could type, shelf on an elf. Well, I know what that's called. It's called the, yeah, it is called the holidays pet. But, yeah, the holiday pet for 2020. So basically the Christmas pet for 2020. But yeah, that's available today. It will only be available today. It probably will not be available at any other time this year. Make sure to get it. Otherwise, the earliest it would be available is sometime next December, if it's even available next December. We're getting the one for 2021, or, you know, for this year, in 2 Wednesdays from now. Not this week's Wednesday, but next week's Wednesday. It's the Wednesday before Christmas. So that's the 23rd, 22nd, 22nd. So the 22nd, we should be getting the one for this year. But the one for last year is today. So definitely make sure to go claim this. Might as well claim it right now with Phoenicia before we forget, just to get more copies. But anyways, hello everyone. Hope all you've been doing well. Hello Def Shade. Hello Barbara. Hello Enflame. Hello Tyrian. Hello Isabel. Hello everyone else. Welcome, welcome, welcome. But yeah, I like saw something really briefly on that hurricane. I didn't really look into it because based on the post, it almost seemed like something small. But apparently it was something huge, like a huge hurricane in the United States. So sorry to hear about anyone who might have had damage or anything from it. And someone said in chat that it took out an entire town. That thing sounds extremely awful. Like, I know from hurricane season a couple years back in South Carolina, I think it was 2019, 2018. Like, I just now this week done repairs for that hurricane. And it was like 3-4 years ago. Just finally got around to it. Because that's why we weren't streaming during the week this week. Was from hurricane damage from years ago that we just got the money to bother fixing. Because it wasn't like such extreme damage that, you know, you'd have to like immediately fix it. It was like enough damage where we eventually needed to fix it. And we finally took this here the last few days to finally go get it fixed. So luckily that's done. But yeah, I've never lost like a house or anything to it. I know in New Jersey when I was there, luckily it didn't hit my exact area, but there was like a really bad one. I think it was Hurricane Sandy. Because that's what mostly took out the boardwalk during that. Which was one of my favorite locations in New Jersey. So many childhood memories. They didn't take all of it though. The sawmill's still there. After like 3 fires and 2 hurricanes, it still stands barely. I think they rebuilt it somewhat like twice. But it's still there somehow. Mostly because they make so much money. Out of like any eatery there, I'm pretty sure that makes almost the most out of any of them. Especially because of how nice it is, like right next to one of like the prime parking areas there. So it's like the first eatery you see. Yeah, hurricane season has been kind of tame, luckily, around my area. Like, even just in general this year, was there even any, like, super huge hurricanes? I haven't really heard any stories about it. Or maybe it only hit smaller areas that people don't cover as much. Because hurricane season definitely doesn't seem to do as much damage this year, luckily. Oh gosh, your area had warnings, you went to the basement 4 times. I know my place in New Jersey had like a bunker area for such a thing. Though we never had to use it, luckily. And the closest New Jersey ever got to getting hit was Hurricane Sandy, which did hit it pretty hard. But, luckily it didn't hit my area at the time. Actually, I wasn't even in New Jersey at the time, I can't remember. I don't think I was. Because I think that was like just when I left. Around that time. Oh yeah, hail is awful. Like super large hail. I had it earlier this year, and it was pretty much like golf balls. Luckily, it lasted for such a short duration, it couldn't really do much damage. But hail is kind of scary. It's basically just rocks falling from the sky at really quick speed that melt after a while, but still do so much damage when they actually hit. Oh, wow, we actually got 3 copies. Unfortunately, 1 short of an upgrade. Luckily, it's cosmetic, so technically the upgrade doesn't matter as much, but still. At least we got 3. That's better than 1. I can live with it. Anyways, aside from other things, we mostly just got finishing up the invasion event and the other thing. And the guild has not done so, though I think they have finished the ward event. Oh, blue orb, nice and shiny. However, I don't believe we have, or just, oh no, we actually don't have it done. I'm gonna ignore that. It'll be done tomorrow. Someone somewhere will get it done. But I will go do invasion because we're like a mile away here. So I shall assist. I do want to set 2 seasons though. We actually need skull damage, but how? Actually, I don't know. What we're currently set to is fine because we're still using magic to kill. We're using both skulls and magic, so it should be fine. Never mind. So we'll go do the invasions then with exactly what we have set up. I said hello, Steve. Welcome, welcome. Oh, it killed your garden. Oh no. Yeah, I only had it once this year for a short duration, but it hit really hard when it did. Like for about 30 minutes straight. Like if it did that for hours, it would have done a lot more damage. But luckily it was for a slightly short duration, comparatively for how long hail can be. Oh no, your hometown got destroyed? Or the town you were actually in? Oh wait, never mind. I misread what you said. Okay. I somehow misread what you just mentioned. Yeah, that town. Interesting. The way you read, I don't know. I misread that so hard. But, yeah, that's so sad to hear. But yeah, nature is vicious sometimes. I know the other year the main area to really get hit in the United States was, California with all the wildfires, but definitely just in the West in general. Though the ones in California get covered more for whatever reason. Probably because it's California. What do we need here? I'll take that down. That should be enough to kill. Yeah, once it starts getting to about golf ball size or bigger, it definitely starts getting pretty dangerous. Like, really small hail's kind of fun. But the bigger it gets, the more dangerous it is. And then it's less fun, and then not fun. I will take that over. Well, once it starts getting that bigger, there becomes problems. Let's see. We'll take that for now and just hope we get lucky. And there we go. What do we need here? Go for skulls. Get that killed. And we're good to go. I said hello, Dragor. Welcome, welcome. Hope all has been well. Yeah, I'll definitely need to look into that hurricane thing later then. I mean, not hurricane, I mean the tornado thing. Because I didn't even know about all that. How recent was it, by the way? Was it like way earlier today, or like last night, or like almost just happened like a few hours ago? Because normally I look at all that stuff at night, and it hasn't happened yet. Like normally stuff like that I would look into like normally after the stream as I'm eating, winding down for the night. Oh, what do we go for here? I'll take the brown. Yeah, we have 2 Vault events in 2 weeks. The next one is from Tuesday to Thursday next week. I should probably start mentioning that like every stream. But yeah, we do have one from Tuesday to Thursday next week. It was just announced 2 nights ago, I believe it was. But yeah, like 2 days ago it was announced that Tuesday to Thursday next week will be a Vault event. And we still have the same Vault event that we were going to have for Christmas. For the 24th, 25th, 26th, that weekend of Christmas. Which is both either a good and or bad time to have it. Probably for most a bad time, but it might work for some people. It depends how much you celebrate Christmas. It's a kind of awkward time though, because most people will probably be busy. But it's also a non-awkward time because it's also more likely people will be off. And not have work. I'm going to ignore invasions. I assume someone in our guild will get it done. It's like 1,000 points. I think it's fine. If we have some time at the end, we might go for it. I don't really feel like we need it, though. Let's see. Anything good off of offers? Nope. Anything good off adventure board? Not really. Excuse me. I'd still go claim everything but the gold, though. Like, it's not completely horrible. You mean vault miss? Isabel, we have to say happy birthday to you soon. Isn't your birthday tomorrow? Soon, TM. Technically, in like 4 hours from now. Oh, happy birthday then. Well, a little early. We'll sing happy birthday for you tomorrow, obviously. Probably during the Gems of War stream, even though I'm pretty sure you'll be at the morning stream as well. Or I should say afternoon stream. We'll probably do, oh, definitely. We'll do Mario Party tomorrow. It also might be the last time we stream Mario Party this year. We'll see. At least let me double check. When's the last day we'd really have a stream available? Yeah, that might be. Because the last big stream we do, because we're definitely not streaming on Christmas. I'm not sure what my situation is the day after Christmas. That Monday, I'm going to be busy, like, recording videos, like, all day. Anything I haven't already wrapped up, I'll be, like, last minute cramming for. And the 28th, I actually go. So when's the last day I'd really have free? I guess the weekdays before Christmas might be the last times I can get some streams in. That aren't like the normal Gems of War thing at night. It's the only time I could really think. Because basically every day from Christmas for the rest of the year, I'm going to be busy. In one way or another. So we'd probably still have a stream on a couple of those nights. Like Christmas night, we'd still have the stream. Sunday night, we'd probably still have the stream. The Sunday night would probably be our last Gems of War stream. Even though we'd still have that Monday video the day after. Oh yeah, we won't forget elhay. Hello, Mark Joey. Is it okay if you promote a guild here? Oh yeah, you can promote a guild, sir. That's perfectly fine. I don't mind that. If anyone ever wants to recruit for their guild, feel free to do so in our chat. I don't mind. Not sure if we're gonna get anyone compared to like using the forum or global chat. But if you wish to do so, you definitely can. If nothing else, it's free YouTube algorithm. Let's see, we'll take that down. YouTube definitely likes those comments. They also like those likes. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. Push. Throw. Let's see, with a little explosion. And this is gonna wipe. Let's find out code soon as well. We'll probably do it before we start farming the crowns. Probably right after this. Hey, 20 daily gems. Always great to see. Alright, anyways, let me go ahead and code now. Because the only other thing we're really going to do is just farm and get the crowns. A little bit of an uneventful day. Actually, when is the next week? We have a lot of things going on. Probably next week, because isn't next week Nexus? Again. For like the third time. Let me double check. Did they have some kind of glitch that made it so they can't? But isn't next week still Nexus? I'm pretty sure it is. Unless something is preventing them from doing so, it should be Nexus. Troops. Yep, Nexus. Monday, December 12th or 13th. I can't read that number. 13th. Interesting. I don't think we're getting anything good, though. Deal magic plus 6 damage. Wait, what's this tarot card here? Oh, that's the one from the season pass for the other thing. Wait, we got 3 troops coming in on Monday? Oh, no. The other one's for Bounty Hunter on Friday. Oh, so we actually do get 3 more troops next week. Oh, interesting. But yeah, one's from Bounty. The other 2 are from, what are they from? Let's see. So this one is a rare, so it's from Glory. This one is from... Oh, wait. There's 2 of them, though. Oh, one of them's probably given out on the World event. The raid-like troop, because there's not a raid event that goes with it, which is kind of weird. But yeah, that's the raid boss killer. Okay, that makes sense. So this will be available for Glory next week, which is deal magic plus 6 damage to an enemy and burn them. And if the enemy dies, create 2 elemental stars and basically be useless otherwise. The other one is the raid troop, and this deals, so basically the Zugoff killer. Deal magic plus 4 damage to an enemy. And if the enemy is a boss, deal the extra multiplier. Gain 2 magic for each elemental star on the board. which isn't that good. And obviously just meant for killing bosses. And the thing we're getting on Friday, which could be used for Bounty Hunter, is deal magic plus 4 scatter damage, boosted by elemental stars at 8 times boost ratio. Which overall is going to be kind of bad, unless you can get some synergy for it in like Arena. But I don't really see it being viable otherwise. Also, it's going to be weird, because there's currently nothing that is a Bounty Hunter troop that creates elemental stars, meaning it's actually going to be a pretty bad Bounty Hunter troop, since it has no synergy within Bounty Hunters. It does get to create a green at the start of its turn, so I guess you can kind of use that for Bounty Hunter. But overall, it's going to be one of those Bounty Hunter troops that come in and then never gets used again, which is kind of unfortunate. Anyways, let me go ahead to the code, and then we'll go farm the crowns. Is there a Tower of Doom in our future? Yes. They normally happen in between events. So the easiest way to tell when on Earth a Tower of Doom is going to be is figure out what event is. So we have it in every stream, so it's Campaign 7. So if you don't watch our streams, anyone here probably does, given that you are currently here watching the stream. But the easiest way to check is to see what week we're currently on. Currently says Chapter 7. There's 10 chapters per season. After Chapter 10, there's 1 week of Tower of Doom, which means not next week, so 8, 9, 10. So in like 3 weeks from now, 3 Mondays from now. No. 4 Mondays from now, because it actually has to end. So 4 Mondays from now will be a Tower of Doom, whatever date that is. I have no clue, but whatever 4 Mondays from now is, which is what, January something? Pretty sure that's January something. Yeah, it's January 3rd. Oh, is it really the first of the month? It might be. Let me double check. Easiest way to check, there's 2 ways actually. We could check weapon, or we could check the other thing. We could check weapon now. Yep, January 3rd. I was correct. The first Monday of next year is Tower of Doom, because it's 4 Mondays from now, and that's 4 Mondays from now. It checks out. Anyways, let me go ahead and code. Let's see, but it's pretty consistently does it that way now. It's the Monday. It's the weekly event after every end of campaign. Is how it works. So that's 4 Mondays from now, since we're currently on week 7. What color is it? Blue? Purple? Purple. It's purple. I couldn't tell what color that staff was. Oh, no, that kind of looks blue, but yeah, I guess it is purple. If you zoom in on it, it's definitely purple. Yeah, it's definitely purple. From a distance, it somewhat looks blue. But, yeah, it's definitely blue. Purple, I mean. It's a purple Tower of Doom. And let me go get you guys a code. And then let's go and farm some crowns. Oh, I don't have the thingy open. Oh, no. 1 second. I need to go find Warner if I have it buried. Come out, wherever you code. Also, I just realized I'm low on codes. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Kafka. Oh, no. Spamming Kafka until she gives me codes. Oh, no. I have like 5 or 6 left. I did not realize I was so low because I just like zoomed down now. And I am like really low on codes. How many do we have left? We have 6? Yeah, I have 6 left. 7 left. 7. 8? I can't count. It's hard to count because they're so clumped together. But it's like 7 left. We have enough for like 1 week. Oh, no. We got a problem. I'm trying to figure out where on Earth the code section is now. I really need to start just copy pasting this before the stream. Would save like a minute. I normally forget to. Also, why is it not typing? Oh, because I'm using the wrong keyboard fail. I need to figure out something different for my keyboard setup because it is not working properly. It's not the lack of keyboards, it's more so too many keyboards. Because the lack of keyboards is definitely not an issue here. The bigger issue is the management of them. I don't know, is there any way to hook up a single keyboard that can switch between like 2 different computers and a switch? I don't think that can happen. Like because for one, it's almost going to be impossible to also use it for the Switch. But is there a way to use like 1 single keyboard for 2 different computers? Is there a keyboard that does such a thing? With some kind of function? The only problem is remembering to actually switch the function from computer to computer. I assume there has to be through Bluetooth or something. I need to look into that. Because I definitely need something like that at this point. My keyboard management system right now is horrific. Because I definitely need that product. I need to look into what kind of different types they have. Let's see. Because this is starting to get ridiculous with the keyboard system I have right now. Actually, the keyboard I'm using right now that I'm typing on for this code to give you guys, I actually got it at a flea market in New Jersey in like 2014. No, not even 2014. Wait, when would it have been? I'm trying to think. Yeah, 2014, 2015. I think it was 2015. Maybe 2016. It was like 5 or 6 years ago. But it was like a $5 keyboard at a flea market. That would normally go, I think, for like 20-ish. But whatever it was a pretty decent deal for what it was. It still literally functions to this day. Like, I've had 2 other keyboards break before this thing has even had a single key even break. Though I have faded the key so much that you can't even see the letters on like 4 or 5 of the keys, because the little bit of like paint or whatever it is marking it has had my finger resting on it for so many years that it has literally come off from like the sweat on my fingers from so much use. Mostly where the WASD and FJK and everything is, like where you normally rest your fingers for typing. Like those keys are like just faded on both sides. Like those 8 keys that you normally rest your fingers on, particularly the left side, they're just faded to nothing. So luckily those, or you normally know where those keys are, more so than like any other key, so it's not as big a deal. Anyways, there's the code. Use it the same way as always, jemsofwar.com, or for the game code section, your device code can be found in your settings menu, whatever game says right over there. Redeem code's right over there in chat. Just copy paste the random numbers and letters starting with DND. Hey, DND. And give the same word as always: 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. Enjoy, everyone. Why can I not find where it is? There it is. And only usable on PC mobile version of the game. And as per usual, definitely feel free to leave a like on the stream. Helps out a lot and is greatly appreciated. Anyways, let's go get our crowns. So, if you are free to play, you have no reason to keep going for crowns, assuming you have up to tier 50. The main reason I want to keep going for crowns is if you did buy the paid side, and you finally reached the Royal Pass. I have heard this is infinitely repeatable. So, tomorrow we'll actually find that out. So I'm going to be getting these 2 rewards today, the 2 gem keys and the orb. And what should happen on Sunday night is it resets, so I can then get these 2 rewards. Is assumably what should happen based on what I've been told. We'll find out tomorrow night, but I assume that's what happens. Anyways, let's keep going. So those are like infinitely repeatable there. It's not much. It's not worth having it for the repeatability, but if you already bought the pass or bought into it, it's definitely worth getting that extra value if nothing else. Because you literally already paid for those extra resources technically, so might as well claim them. You just got to do the crowns for 10 extra days. For every day instead of not doing it for the last 10, because there's 10 days of leeway, 100 crowns of, or 100 crowns of leeway. However, those 100 crowns of leeway is enough to get 20 rewards there, which adds up since each one only takes 5. Yeah, no problem for the code, everyone. Enjoy. If anyone has any other questions, anything you want me to go over, do let me know. This is definitely going to be a little bit of a mini farm focus stream. Just because content's a little low today. As long as you get your elf on a shelf, pretty much good to go. Oh, sorry, did I answer your question, Mark? I did not actually even see your comment. What did you mention? Sorry about that. Also, hello, Mark. Anyone looking for a guild? What was the other one? So about the crowns, the way bottom of rewards, is that all 1 reward? No, it's infinitely repeatable. The way that the bottom of those rewards work is each one of these requires 5 crowns. So pretend that it's like these tiers. So each one of these requires 5 crowns. So 5 crowns, 5 crowns, 5 crowns, 5 crowns. So currently we have 2 out of 5, and obviously we can still get another 8. And once we have those 8s, we'll have this one and then that one. But it's the same as these, where they take 5 crowns to activate, and then you just get the reward. So today I will get 2 gem keys and a orb, and then tomorrow I'll get 2 more tokens of Orpheus, and then 2 gem keys, and then so on and so forth. If you did absolutely every crown exactly, it would be enough to do 4 full cycles with the 10 extra days of crowns, which is enough to get a Medal of Orpheus with a spare token, because you cycle through it 5 times, that one specifically, and then all the other ones 4 times, which means you would end up getting 16 gem keys, 8 vault keys, and 8 orbs, which is quite a decent handful of orbs. Wait, did I do math that wrong? Hold up. No, you'd only cycle through it 4 times. So why did I double up on that one? That was weird. So it'd be 16 gem keys. Wait, why am I being so confused? Yeah, it's 16 gem keys, 4 vault keys, 4 orbs, and a Medal of Orpheus with 1 token spare. I think I accidentally said the number wrong for Volkey and Orb, but those 2 would be 4. These 2 would be 16. And that would be a full metal, basically. Is what it comes down to. Yeah, nothing like too over the top. But if you already paid like the $6 or $7 for it, you might as well claim them, obviously. Nothing's unique there, but a little bit extra loot. Obviously, that's not the main reason why most people bought it, obviously, but if you already did buy into it, you might as well claim it if you have the time. Yeah, I know for sure the keyboard exists. I just never bothered looking into them. I still need to do more holiday shopping, apparently. Also, I still never used those $50 worth of Amazon gift cards yet. I got gifted it like a little over a year ago, and I still have not used them. Just because of how rarely I use Amazon, and the few times I do use Amazon, I just forget to input them. Oh, it's a different device that goes into your keyboard? Interesting. Oh, you plug all your devices into a box and then it switches between the two? That's kind of interesting. So it has like what, like a bunch of USB ports and then you could like switch it between computer to computer? Wouldn't it have delay on some things? Like the only thing I would want that used for is probably mouse and keyboard then. Like you wouldn't want to put more than that into it. Because I definitely would want to have a wired connection for something like the mic and webcam. Because there's no way they wouldn't have delay. Oh, that's interesting. I'm still kind of new to the whole double computer format. I've been doing it for like, what, 2 years now? Gosh, I can't even remember. When did we get this other computer? I think it was 2019. Say it is about 2 years. Because I know when I got my previous computer, that one was 2013, but I believe the newer one that we stream off of is 2019. Eventually, at some point, the computer I currently stream off will be our side computer, and then we're going to have like a massive, like, actual proper setup. Because currently I actually stream off a laptop. But it's a really high-performance gaming laptop. It's not like a proper computer build. Though I don't play anything so intense that I would need like a proper computer build for the most part. And nothing I would ever do in game dev would even really need it either. Since anything I would ever make would also be pretty low on graphic. It's not like I'm using like Unity or something, or using like a Unreal Engine or something. Because I'm pretty sure that just like melts your computer. How graphic intense it can get. Why do I use Sister Superior? Because she has Empower and takes less time. Because we do her to do 10 damage with Empower. The reason we specifically use her instead of a different Empower is she has no board control. She's theoretically not the best possible option that could ever exist. However, a better option doesn't exist. We'd ideally want something that has Empower into a no board control and power, into not having something that triggers at the start of battle. Revered wastes like milliseconds of time each time. And while it's better than Greed's amount of time that it wastes because of the explosion, it is still it's still more of a time eat than what could be 100% optimal. However, something that's 100% optimal does not currently exist. But the main reason she's used is a non-board control and power, because that takes the least amount of time. However, it is theoretically possible if something does not have Revered and has something that doesn't start at the start of turn while still having like something similar to what she does with no board control and power, would be ever so slightly quicker than her. We're talking like literal milliseconds, but it would save like almost a minute over the course of an hour, possibly. Definitely at least half a minute, which might not sound like much, but if you're farming a lot with it, like that definitely adds up. Unfortunately, such an option does not exist, so Sister Superior will eventually be replaced. But for all current intensive purposes, she is the best for it. Bill coming in with the first at 31 minutes. Nice. Always got to get in that first. It's not that far off. Oh, so we got our crown so quick yesterday that it feels like it's taken forever today, even though it's kind of at normal pacing right now, just because yesterday's just was so blazing quick. I think it took like 3 minutes, which might be the quickest we've ever gotten. Now I was like super distracted that the time just flied by. I sure felt like it took longer. I mean, less time, I mean. But yeah, Greed's the other pretty good option in first slot on this team. The reason I haven't been using Greed as much is it does give you gold, which is obviously good, but it does take longer because of the explosion. So you're trading off a little bit of time for some extra gold. However, normally when you're using a team like this, your main goal is to go as quickly as possible, not necessarily to farm gold. Any clue why the devs chose not to offer the PS4 any redeem codes? There's something policy-wise on consoles that prevents them from doing so. So it's only available on PC Mobile. Which are also the only platforms that have cross-platform with each other. They had something policy-related that prevents them from doing so. It's also why redeem codes are no longer redeemable in-game. Because it's actually something against, like, Apple's policy, somehow. On the iOS version. So they had to specifically move it to their website. Which is kind of inconvenient, because if it wasn't for that, that means you could still claim codes in-game. Which is way more convenient than doing it on the website. Is that one left? Wow, we only need one more. I thought we were because this last one's taken forever to find. I was like, there's no way this isn't the 10th. And that's exactly what it is, the 10th one. Which makes sense, that's why it's like never wanting to drop right now. And then we get to claim our gem keys in the orb. Also our first orb that we get from the pass. Also tomorrow we get to figure out if it actually does repeat. It should. Based on what everyone said, though I haven't physically seen it. But it does seem to do what it does, or be what it does. Yeah, some platforms do have it. Also, for whatever reason, most Epic integrated games have it as well. That are cross-platform. I'm not sure what kind of policy they can end up getting for various things because they're like a bigger company. But like almost every single Epic thing has it, where you can still claim codes. Though you have to do it through the Epic store, but it still claims it for like other platforms like PlayStation or Xbox. Sony and Microsoft don't make money off a free transaction, true. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, doesn't PlayStation have like a really weird policy where they can't even sell gems in bundles? I think they have to sell the gem keys instead, which is kind of weird because they literally have to sell the more gambly thing instead of the actual resource. I can't remember if it was PlayStation or Xbox. I'm pretty sure it's PlayStation. But like every instance where you would normally get gems in a paid bundle, they instead have the equivalent value in gem keys for the platform specifically because of some weird policy on PlayStation, I think it was. Which makes like 0 sense. If anything, you'd think it would be the other way around. Where it's like, no, you cannot give the RNG thing. You have to give the premium currency if you're going to like charge money for it. But for whatever reason, their policy is inverse. Where it's like you have to give the RNG loot box instead of the currency. I'm pretty sure it was PlayStation that's like that. If anyone was on PlayStation here, let me know. Though I don't feel like that many people play on PlayStation compared to some of the others. Like, I hear people mentioning the Switch version more than I hear the PlayStation. Like, PC Mobile is the main version. The one I hear the most of that's like a version that isn't that is probably Xbox. Then Switch, then PlayStation probably the least. I'm pretty sure PlayStation still has a pretty sizable player base, though. I just never hear anyone talking about it compared to some of the other versions. Even though it probably has like the highest player base of like any of the side platforms. Because I'm pretty sure it has more of a player base than Xbox does, so I'm not sure. We have no way of knowing. The only numbers we really know are the Steam numbers. Which, how have the Steam numbers even been for this game? I haven't checked for a while. Have they been okay? I'm pretty sure they're in decline. They haven't done like a super big meaty update for a while. Let's see. Oh, so we have no clue what's coming next week. Next Tuesday's probably a thing. An update. Let's see. Would I ever play any of these games? Starting from the top. No. I have, though I don't play it anymore. No. 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 I guess maybe, but probably no. What even is that? Am I R4? I can't even possibly guess what genre this is. What is this game? And in Team Fortress 2. How does Team Fortress 2 still have that big of a player base? That's probably the most confusing one to me. How on earth does Team Fortress 2 still have 75,000 people playing it? That makes almost no sense. How does it have like Destiny 2 numbers? Or like Halo Infinite numbers? How? I thought that, like everyone would move to Counter-Strike. I guess it's slightly more cartoony, so it's like that different aesthetic. Hey, that's like the most surprising one to me. How on earth is Team Fortress 2 in top 10? Is this like the oldest game on this list too? Didn't Team Fortress 2 come out in like 2012, I want to say? 2011? Because I'm pretty sure Dota 2 was 2013. No clue when Counter-Strike was. Anyways. And both of those were this year. Halo Infinite and New World. Anyways, that's not what I came here for. Oh, if I could type. If I could type. No. Go back. Go back. Hey, we got an increase. Not that much of an increase, but an increase. It actually has increased the last 2 months, technically. Though I did decline that 1 month. And the all-time peak for recently was 2,764. The all-time peak ever was actually only just under 3,000, which is kind of funny because we actually get kind of close to the all-time peak like so often. Like last month, we were only like 200 away from reaching the all-time peak for the game. Which is actually the highest it's been in a while. When has been the next highest peak other than that? It was last November. Oh, maybe something with November where people play more often. Because the last really high peak was also in a November. Though this year's November peak was technically slightly higher than last November's peak, which is kind of interesting. When was the all-time peak then? The all-time peak, for whatever reason, was probably a September update of 2020. What on earth even happened that month? Because that's the all-time peak for the game. Was last year, September. Interesting. I can't remember what update happened at that time. Obviously, that was an update. I'm just not sure which. What update was that? I cannot remember at all, to be honest. Because the year prior to that was tokens. Which I wouldn't be surprised if that kind of peaked pretty high. Honestly, that was one of the best updates they've done in like the last few years, I would say, overall. At least one of my personal favorites. Yeah, it didn't actually peak that high, I don't think. Because that was 2019's, September, I think, or October. It was like right around here. Yeah, that barely even peaked. That's interesting. Like, I think the average players for, like, today was almost higher than that. Gosh. Yeah, it hit, like, 2,000 something today. That's kind of weird. Like, this is one of the better updates we've gotten in a while. Like, around this area right here. Yeah, it only hit, like, 2,300. Interesting. Anyways, numbers. I've never seen a game so consistently average. Like, look at these numbers for, like, since 2019. Like this is where it started. And then it kept going up slowly, 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 slowly. And then it, like, stabilized while still going up at, like, the glacialist pace of glacialness. But, this is, like, the weirdest statistics I think you'll ever see for almost any game. It's in, like, a perpetual state of exceedingly slow growth. Which is a good way to describe this channel. It is, like, the weirdest chart you will ever see for any game. I have never seen a game be in just perpetual slow growth forever. For, like, 7 years straight. It is the weirdest chart I have probably ever seen for any game. It just doesn't make much logical sense. Like, most games, they'll have, like, their peak when they launch. And then they start to fizzle out, and they might have, like, another peak at a later point when they have, like, a sale or some kind of big event or some kind of big update. Like, you know, everything gets spikes when it updates. But, it definitely doesn't look anything like that. Like, let's take Marvel's Avengers, for example. This was, what, like a live service Marvel game? I think the most recent live service Marvel game. So if I go type in, like, Marvel's Avengers, for example. I think this is a looter fighter, I think. How do you spell Avengers? I'm pretty sure that's... Okay, let me just type in Marvel, because there's no way I'm going to type Avengers correctly, because I'm not even sure if it's plural either. Not that one. But this is like a live... No, not the Puzzle Quest one. That wouldn't be fair. But this is like the most recent Marvel game released, if I'm not mistaken. That's like a live service game. Like, look at these numbers. It has like what you would normally expect. Like, it has like a super huge peak as soon as it launches. Then it fizzles out some. And then it's like, oh, a little update. And it's like, oh, a little update. And it's like, oh, a big, gigantic update. And then it's like, okay. And it just keeps like look at these numbers. It's all over the place. Like, it dropped as low as like 3 digits. And then goes up to like 5 digits. And it goes back down to 4 digits. It's just so weird. And the average player spikes all over the place. Peak players spike all over the place. It somehow reaches 3 digits. The Gems of War hasn't been 3 digits for, gosh, how long? It has been, like, forever. Wait, this game hasn't averaged a 3-digit since 2016. Was the last time it had a 3-digit average for specifically Steam. Obviously, this does not count anything other than Steam. It does not count mobile, which we've got confirmation to pass is the biggest platform, which obviously makes sense as a mobile-esque game. But this is only Steam numbers. Doesn't count any consoles or mobile. But yeah, it hasn't happened since 2016. Anyways. Numbers. They're fun to look at and see them move. You started roughly in 2017. That's when the game really started to get good, I would say. Like, the game started to be, like, the full game, I would say, by about 2016 or 2017. Not that the game was incomplete on launch, but compared to the state that it was a few years after launch, compared to where it started, I felt like 2 or 3 years after launch was when it was, like, a complete game. And then from there, they just kept milking it forever. But that was like the start of it being a real game. And the numbers kind of reflect it too. Because that's also around the time when it kind of hits into triple digits. Like right in the 2016 to 2017 transition time. Because that's basically that time right there. Where it kind of like gets that really big growth. Because this was around the time when the game was like truly fully fleshed out. There was a time in like 2016 or 2015 where the game kind of got pretty stale. You can actually see it. It went as low as like 310. And then they started to do things that really brought it back. Yeah, that was when it was really stale. I don't even think I played that month. Like this time right here. Like this was where it was like, the game's kind of starting to get kind of meh. But they really brought it back. They really brought it back later. But yeah, I remember this time. This was definitely when the game was absolute stalest. But then like 2016 to 2017 is when it really started to feel like a fully fleshed out experience. Which is my concern with Puzzle Quest 3. Because Puzzle Quest 3 is currently in like this phase. Like before these numbers even happened. They haven't reached like this phase yet where it's like a fully complete experience. It took like years after the fact. Which is my biggest concern with Puzzle Quest 3 is it's going to release sometime next year. Yet it won't be like a finished game till 2024 or 2025. Kind of like what happened with Gems of War. Where like the structure is there. But like all the things you know and love today were like not in the game. Like traits didn't even exist at that time, I'm pretty sure. Like that kind of standard thing that all troops have. That some people might not even realize a moment when it wasn't. Like traits didn't even exist at one point in Gems of War. Like the 3 trait system. There used to be no immunities to any status effect in the game. Which was most annoying for Silence because there was literally no counter to Silence. If Silent 1 silenced your whole team. Which made Silent 1 really hilariously broken. When will troops outnumber the player base? That would be kind of funny. That would take a while though. We're only at like 1,000 something troops. And just the Steam player base alone is enough to not make it outnumbered. Because these are just concurrent numbers that we see here. This is not total player base. Like you might see like, oh, 1,707 average players. That's really like tens of thousands to hundreds of thousands. Because this isn't like total number of different accounts playing. This is simply just average concurrence. Which is like number averaging at one given time. Kind of like how right now we have like, what, 30 people watching the stream right now? By no means do only 30 people watch our streams. That's just the concurrent we currently have right now. And that's what these are right now. Like this is just the average concurrent. But that by no means means total playing. Also, can we get this other 10th thing already? We keep farming and it still keeps not dropping. Did Dark Hunger trait get changed? Yes, it now steals 6 life instead of 1. It changed with the most recent patch. I have no clue why. Someone said earlier Troop in the Future is getting it, so maybe that kind of messed with it. I'm not sure if it was intended or not. Yeah, Puzzle Quest 3 is still pretty underwhelming. I'm hoping that it gets to a state where it's not underwhelming. I'm still going to be covering it when it launches and everything. Though I'm not sure how long we'll be staying around. Probably might try sticking with it. If it pulls a Gems of War, it'll eventually be good. The problem is we're talking like 2 to 3 years from now for when it will eventually be good. Which is a long time to wait and still actively be playing it the whole time. Because I legitimately do not feel like Puzzle Quest 3 will be a good game until at least like 2024. It is that far from hitting the mark currently. Even if they release next year. Like 2024 is the earliest it's going to feel like as good or even remotely close to Gems of War's quality. But yeah, I want to see Puzzle Quest 3 do well. It's just not there yet. It's got a ways to go. It's getting there. Slowly, kind of. They just need like 20-something more patches. My 0-turn Puzzle Quest 3 build. I use... there's a couple different ways to go about it. The most important things to have are that one Elven Charm that's underneath your amulet. that gives you red and yellow mana when you cast a spell. Some super low mana cost spells, which you can use Assassin for. I think there's some other hero classes that can do it, but he has some damage ones, which works out pretty well. And as far as the gear, like the 3 most important things to have are that one Dragon Guard Helm, because it gives you mana based on how many different colors you're using. So you need that. You need Bone Rings, because those give you mana at start of battle based on how much skulls are on the board. And the third one is, gosh, what's it called? Oh wait, those are all 3, because the other one's Elven Charm. So yeah, those 3. Elven Charm for Amulet, the Dragon Guard Helm for Helmet, and those Bone Rings for Rings. And you would also have to have your hero set to pure XP gain. Or not XP, I mean, what's it called? The percent increase to starting mana. And then you can get like a few other bonuses here and there based on like weapon and a few other things. Because I think Dragon Guard gets like a little bit of extra mana depending on the rarity of your like your starting equipment. If you have at least 2 Dragon Guard equipment, you're already gonna have 1 because of the helm. It's really annoying to do though. I'm not sure how people do it for every color. I guess they just have a set of all that for every color. I know I don't. Mostly because I know the second I do, it's gonna get nerfed. Like literally the second I have it in every color will be the exact day it gets nerfed, which is why I haven't bothered trying to get it in every color. So for like the generic color tournament, I can do it, but for all the specific color ones, I can't, because I don't have the equipment in literally every color. Because you basically needed an epic rarity for every color to be able to do it properly. I really hope they change that meta though, because it makes PvP so stale. Imagine if in Gems of War you could only use Empower troops. That's basically like the state of Puzzle Quest 3's PvP. Though in all fairness, that's kind of the state of Gems of War's PvP. In all fairness. Because if you go into like a Guild War battle, it's literally like double Empower like 80% of the time. But that is also Puzzle Quest 3's meta for PvP right now. Like you literally just have to have full mana start. Because it will give you less score if you don't. Yeah, honestly, I almost feel like doing a Puzzle Quest 2 stream again prior to Puzzle Quest 3's release. We've done a 1 playthrough. Actually, have we done 2 playthroughs? I can't remember. Also, I feel like we're going to do a weird class next time we play it on like hard mode. I think we're going to try to like the mana casting class or something like the mage. Because we've done it with the assassin and we've done it with the barbarian. However, I never played the paladin, which I felt like would be too slow because all it does is like block like crazy. And that game already slow paced. So we'll probably try the mage next time around and see how that goes. But yeah, we'll probably do a Puzzle Quest 2 run before Puzzle Quest 3. Similar to how we're going to be doing Hollow Knight before Silk Song. And Breath of the Wild before Breath of the Wild 2. And Xenoblade Chronicles 2 before Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Also, there's rumor Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is happening next year. It's very rumor heavy. A lot of leaks. I never actually streamed the full game. I streamed like 1 episode of like the second one just to kind of show it. But honestly, we need to do a full playthrough. It is actually a really good game. As far as storyline games are concerned for Switch or, you know, for like a Nintendo IPs, it definitely hands down has to be the best storyline for any Nintendo game on Switch. Which is kind of weird because it actually has a pretty low player base. Or, you know, like people, like it's a really solid game for how little exposure it got. Like I don't think it's even in top 10. Like if I go to, how do we even check? Nintendo sales numbers? Nintendo sales numbers. Like if we go check top 10, like literally Ring Fit Adventure is doing better than it. Which is a physical only game. I think it's under here. Oh, I should probably went to the other one. I think the other link goes directly to it. Now I need to figure out which one of these buttons clicks the button I actually want to go to. That is not what I wanted. One of these numbers does what I want it to do, and I do not know which one it is. Financial highlights? No, that's not it. I will eventually find the right number. IRO library? Nope, that's not it. One of these is what I'm looking for, and I do not want to read to figure out which one it is. Okay. This has been a mistake. New plan. I believe this one goes straight to it. Aha! That was easier. But yeah, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 actually doesn't even make top 10. Also, Ring Fit Adventure somehow here, which is absolutely hilarious. Like, I want to see Ring Fit Adventure take over Splatoon 2, because that would just be completely hilarious. An exercising RPG that basically makes a joke out of, like, RPG-style games, which I absolutely love. I'm not sure if they intentionally did it, but there's some really funny jabs at RPGs in this game, because it's designed for people who, like, never played an RPG before. So they do some tropes that are, like, so ridiculously tropey that's like, oh, they're making a joke out of this. There's no way they're not. But it's kind of funny because they do some like ultra generic tropes of RPGs to such a degree that anyone would understand it, but it's also kind of like jokingly mocking other RPGs because it doesn't take itself that seriously, because, you know, just an exercising game that just happens to have an RPG and skill tree and like everything that a normal RPG would have over top it. Also, we need to stream this as an isolated stream. We still haven't yet. It's actually a really solid game. That's why it's top 10 here. And it's because it's like Nintendo's exercising game and those always kind of do well. But it's actually a really solid game. I'm actually surprised this is even higher. Probably because it's physical only, which is a little bit harder to obtain. And they can only make so many copies. Plus it's technically like $10 more because of the ring thingy that it comes with. Also, we're probably going to try Splatoon 3. I hate the genre, but honestly, if there's anything that could ever make me play a shooter, it's probably Splatoon 3. So we're probably going to get Splatoon 3 when it comes out. I didn't get the most recent Pokemon game, and that's the other one that was out earlier. This was the previous Mario Party. I'm curious how the current Mario Party's doing. There's probably sales numbers on it somewhere. I have no clue where, and I'm not going to try finding it right now. Mario Odyssey. I own Mario Odyssey. I've never streamed it, though. We should do a stream for this some weekend, or some week. I don't know. How long does Mario Odyssey take? I feel like you could do it in a weekend. If you grinded heavily, I'm pretty sure you could beat the game in like 20, 30 hours. I know the speed run's way quicker than that, but obviously we're not speed running. We're playing it like ultra casually. We did get this, though. Honestly, Sword and Shield was probably one of the most disappointing Pokemon things that has happened in the last, like, few years. Breath of the Wild, we will eventually play at some point. Smash, we've played like crazy. Animal Crossing, I have no clue how you're not #1. And Mario Party 8, how do you keep selling copies? Please release Mario Party 9. Because if Mario Party 8 keeps selling copies, they're just never going to release Mario Party 9. They're like, why release a game if we literally sell millions of copies of this every year by doing nothing? They don't even update it or anything. Like, I think I had like one update last year just to like fix like some connection bug issues and stuff like that. And that's literally it. Yet it still sells like millions of copies per year. To such a degree that they almost have an incentive not to make another Mario Kart. Because the previous Mario Kart's still selling as if it like just released yesterday. Because it's one of those games where if you own a Switch, you own Mario Kart. Like, there's almost no one who owns a Switch that doesn't specifically have Mario Kart on their Switch. It's just like that game that everyone gets. Or at least like 90% plus, which is why that number is so high. So technically not, because theoretically, based on unit sales, it is technically only 33% of Switch owners, which is actually kind of interesting. I would expect that to be at least like 50%. But if you actually do it based on total units sold, it's 93 million, but only 38 million. So that's like what, 35, 36% of Switch owners actually own Mario Kart. And about 33% own Animal Crossing. Though the amount of overlap between the amount of those that own both is probably absurdly high. I won't be around during New Year's Day. We're leaving on the 27th, well, technically 28th. Also, have I still not found this other crown yet? I keep getting distracted by a billion things, and I still don't think we've gotten this yet. That or we have, and I've just been mindlessly grinding this, which also sounds about right. How? Oh no, we got it. There it is. Okay, I was gonna say, how on earth did we not get it? It just took a moment for it to update. Alright, there we go. We've now claimed all the rewards. Oh, didn't it reset? Did it already reset? Yay! Okay, yeah, so you can infinitely keep repeating these. That makes sense. So now it says 50 out of 55 again. So tomorrow I get 2 tokens and some gem keys. Okay, that's exactly what it does, which we already knew. But now we get to see it with our own eyes. But yep, so tomorrow I get 2 tokens and then some gem keys, and it keeps going to these 2, and it goes to Orb Orpheus, and just keeps going. It just keeps cycling around over and over again. Cool. Which means we can cycle through that 3 more times, based on how many days remain. You can cycle through this 4 times if you've gotten every crown. There we go. Hey, that's cool. It's not that much extra loot, but hey, you might as well get it if you already paid for the pass. But yeah, if anyone still has the end of questions, let me know. Hello, Draco. Sorry to ask again. Sorry I missed your question. But you didn't finish the question. Dark Hunger has changed back to 1 lifesteal. Can you confirm? Oh! I didn't understand that. I thought you were saying that it changed the other thing. But yeah, I think it was a bug that it got changed because some kind of future troop has that trait. But what happened is they accidentally put it on the hero class because they just used the same one from before. But I think they might have forgotten that, oh yeah, there's a bunch of hero classes that use that. Doesn't Archmage just have it? Steal 1 life from the first enemy. Yep, it's got changed back. But yeah, I think the reason for this is there's a mythic coming up that has it for 6. But they accidentally used the same thing. So they updated the old one to be 6, but they kind of forgot it was also used for heroes. Which sounds like something they would do. But yeah, it seemed like that was never intended to have been increased. It's supposed to be for a mythic that's coming at some point. We'll have like a 6 life steal when it does purple. I'm not sure what mythic that is, and if that's this unique trait, that is a pretty bad mythic. Unless its ability does something insane off of life. Which, I'm not sure. Is there actually something called Dark Hunger? They probably renamed it by now. If I go to troops, how do I get there? If I go back, go to troops. Oh no, does anything have Dark Hunger? Control find. Dark Hunger. Yeah, there it is. Dark Hunger. Steal 1 life from... Okay, that's incorrect. But yeah, this is the issue. There's a mythic troop that has Dark Hunger. But what they did is they accidentally used the Dark Hunger that the hero already has. So this trait will probably be completely changed once this actually comes out. But this is the issue that it had. Because there's a new Darkstone mythic coming out at some point that has Dark Hunger. But they use the same Dark Hunger that hero has. So this will likely be changed for some other better trait. That isn't specifically the one that hero already has. It hasn't happened yet, but once it gets like troop art and everything in the natural release date, it probably will. But this was the issue that it had, because that troop was going to have it. Yep, that was the issue. It was this troop right here. We don't currently know much about it though, as you can see by to be determined and these things that aren't even working correctly because of the Dark Hunger that glitched the other Dark Hunger. But we'll probably have more info on it after next patch. But that's what caused the issue. Or what I would assume caused the issue. They never actually told us, but pretty much is probably almost guaranteed what happened. Anyways, I think we'll call it there for now. We will be back tomorrow night, same time as always, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1 hour prior to now tomorrow. Mostly going to be doing a little bit of grinding, going over everything going on throughout the week, and kind of go from there. As we normally do every Sunday night, just kind of going over spoilers and kind of relaxing at the end of the week. But anyways, we'll also have a midday stream tomorrow. Probably mostly just going to be doing Mario Party. We'll do several rounds, probably with the full crew. Oh no, actually will Define be around? I actually forgot to ask him this stream. But I'm pretty sure we'll have, for sure, Isabel. We'll probably have Tyron. And if anyone else has the game, feel free to stop in. We'll be doing the new Mario Party game, which is still a lot of fun. I don't feel like I've been playing it too much, like off stream. I've been having a lot of fun with it on stream. I really hope they add DLC or some kind of update for it, though. I feel like the biggest issue it has, like the minigames are solid for it. I feel like it needs more maps. Like the only exceedingly good map feels like Horror Town, and maybe the one space one. So I don't care for that one as much, but it is kind of a decent map. But honestly, Horror Town's like my only like really like S tier good map in that game. The rest are like not bad, but I wish they would have taken maps from more Mario parties other than like the first few. Because there's just so many. There's so many other ones use like so many wacky mechanics that maybe it would have been too hard for them to recode, I guess. I'm not sure. But because some of them are really convoluted. Like some in Mario Party 6 with like the day-night cycles and like the mic commands that they had. Because that one used like a weird mic extension thing. Like there were some weird mechanics in it. But anyways, guys, I'll catch you guys later. Thank you so much for stopping by as always. And I'll catch you guys soon. Goodbye, everyone. And thanks for watching.